What's up, everybody?
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to another episode of Off Track. This is episode 4.
My name is Moy.
I'm Matty Mayhem.
Why'd you look at me so weird when I did that?
Because why did you pour water into that? There's nothing in there.
Yeah, there is.
Now there's water in it. That's what's in there. There was nothing in there before.
Well, yeah, that's why I put water now.
For what? There's no plant in there.
To drink. This
You're
not
going to
for
drink
plants.
out of that.
These are made to drink.
Okay, go for it. That's disturbing. You do the weirdest shit all the time, dude.
I do.
What the fuck?
But that's okay.
Good God.
I don't see that as a bad thing.
For those who've watched our previous episodes, you can tell we're in a new location down in the basement.
No, we're not. We're same room. It was all an illusion.
Yeah, we widened it and put brick walls in.
That's it. It's the same room. Yeah, so this is new. This is all new. And
we have
so
Almost
much more
Awake here to experience it with us.
yeah, we do. We have Vic, the lead singer and rhythm guitarist. Yeah. And then we have Grady, the lead guitarist.
Yes, that's right.
So, welcome, guys.
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome to Off Track.
What's up?
So, I want to get into something, all right?
Oh, by the way, Almost Awake is a band in Vegas.
Yes,
What do
they're
you
a
guys
band.
consider yourself? You're like rock or...
Alternative rock, which is what every band calls themselves now,
Yeah.
but we actually are that.
You guys super reminded me of like Paramore or like maybe like a harder version of Paramore.
Okay, that's a new one.
Yeah.
And then you got the
Usually
hair
it's
going
softer
on. You got the
version.
hair as
Yeah.
well.
Yes, I do
And
have
the
hair.
eyebrow. I did that for a day, and he made fun of me. But I didn't do it
definitely
on purpose. I did it on accident.
You're not cool enough to pull anything like that off, dude.
I had the vanilla ice, the little stripes on the side.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did
yeah.
that
My
for a
boss
while,
calls
Yeah,
it. My
and he
boss
tried to
calls
turn his
it.
hair gray too, which was terrible.
and it
turned
came
out
out like
yellow.
dirt, like really shit brown.
Yeah.
I bleached
Oh,
my
yeah.
hair too.
It went
and
through stages. It
Golden
went
gray.
from like a blonde. No, it went from a gray to lilac to brown to blonde.
Nice.
Nice.
So I've been all those colors,
Nice.
all the colors.
I can't
of the
wait
rainbow.
for my hair to go gray. I'm
Yeah,
just
I know.
counting down
He's
the
really
days.
big on that. He wants to be a silver fox.
Yeah, I'm going to be a silver fox.
Oh, you're
I
going to
don't
be a
want
silver
yeah.
fox. What if you're not? What if you just?
What if
if
I
you go-
just bald before I go gray?
You would just get
It'd
a
be my
gray. You'll get a
nightmare.
gray Sharpie and just Sharpie it in. Oh man.
You guys are youngsters.
Yeah, you guys are young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How old are
Yes,
you guys?
Sorry. I'm 19.
I'm 21.
And you're already doing this band thing like full time.
Yeah, I started as a sophomore in high school.
That's crazy.
Whoa. That's young.
Yeah.
Sophomore, I wasn't even. I was still eating
You
my
were still
burgers.
dancing.
I was still eating
You
my
were still
burger.
doing the merengue dances. And
The
shit.
merengue?
Yeah.
Let me get my drink out of the way because we don't want a underaged kid getting. That would look bad. Sorry about that.
I didn't check IDs.
Yeah, so damn, you guys started young. Was it tough? Starting young,
I mean, yes, because
like getting into like
Because it-
venues and stuff.
because it
Gear wise
takes-
too, just being able to afford that shit.
Well, yes, of course. Yeah, the main problem is that because this was like my career choice. Like it wasn't just like, oh, I want to make music with my friends. You know, like we weren't just like a garage band. Like we had like the vision to like be like actual musicians for like our life, which was like obviously going to take a lot of time and effort and money. So it was like I had to make a lot of sacrifices. Like I didn't talk to my friends for like 2 years. Like
Yeah, we
everyone
don't
at
really
high
talk to
school
our
thought I was
friends
just an
either.
Yeah.
asshole because I was like always busy. Like, and it's still like that. Like I'm always busy, and like any money I have goes to the band, and like any free time I have goes to the band, and I'm always out of town, like playing shows with the band. So it was like everyone was kind of jealous. They're like,
Well, you're doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is that it's not all just a waste of time. It's
No,
not
absolutely.
wasted energy into
and
something
it's for
that's
sure been worth it. And
Yeah.
that's like what's cool about our stories, that like even though we started so young, it like everything kind of ended up working out. And we're not like super successful or anything, but it's
no,
like,
but you guys are. I mean,
well,
you
we're
guys
doing
have headlined a couple shows. You guys are definitely recognizable.
You
I'd
guys
say
sold
here in
out a
Vegas.
couple shows, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We sold out the vinyl inside the Hard Rock on the
Mhm.
Strip one time. we headlined it and sold it out. So
That's
that's like our
crazy to
most
do.
notable thing that we've
And then
done, I
the
guess.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, did you guys play
What
the
was
Jersey
that?
Shore?
We got on that bill because it's like our friends that host this music festival in Arizona. Like the same people that put on were like starting out this festival in Jersey, and they wanted us to be on it. We were like, fuck yeah, like we've never been to the East Coast or whatever. But I ended up going by myself because like we didn't have a way out there because we lost our van in Texas like a couple
They
months
stole it?
ago. So we had it just broke down. Like it was just
Oh.
unfixable. So we had to just like
Yeah.
thrash it at a junkyard and then just like take a rental home from fucking Texas. Just like 25-hour drive. Just like we have no van anymore. So we didn't have a van, so we couldn't go. We all couldn't go. So I just ended up going by myself and playing the songs. Just like, hey guys, I usually play with a band, but I'm here alone. So please feel
Hey,
bad
at least
for
you went
me.
and did it.
But you did it.
It was dope
You
though.
did it.
Really
Like
was-
that. That definitely.
Are the Jersey people as stereotypical as they portray them? Or were
yeah,
they pretty? Yeah, they are. Are they?
Yeah, like I didn't.
Gym tan
meet-
laundry.
I didn't like go out and meet a lot of
GTF
people. I was like
or
mostly
GTL?
with people I knew, but like the people that like on the way to the venue from the airport, like I had to take like this fucking like shuttle ride, and like the people that were like in there were like so fucking rude, and I was like, damn, this is really just people on the East Coast just out for themselves. Like they're
Yeah,
just like
they're brutal.
rude.
Vegas is pretty brutal though too.
No, they are. Everyone's fucking brutal.
What do you guys think of the music scene out here? Is it
Fucking-
supportive?
Fucking brutal.
It is, huh?
Yeah. No, I think overall it's pretty supportive, but there are moments where it's like competitive at the same time. It feels like really like people can't just chill and play music like how it should be, you know.
I agree with
But-
that. There's definitely a lot of
This is
ego.
Music and TV and movies. It's all about money. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
once you realize that, it'll wake you up a little.
Everything is about money.
Yeah,
dude.
everything.
Everything you do in this life is about money.
We're doing this podcast just so eventually we get a free like mattress sponsor or something. That's our ultimate
After we
goal.
get the mattress, we're done. We're shutting it off.
Yeah.
or McDonald's because I'm loving it.
Nice.
Oh, you
Yeah.
gotta stop saying that, bro. We're
McDonald's
gonna,
gonna pull us off of YouTube.
yeah, they're gonna pull us off of YouTube. We're gonna get a fucking letter. They're gonna serve us like, and not chicken nuggets. They're not gonna serve us that, you know. But so, how many tours have you? So you guys gone on like full on tours, like out and like
Multi-city tours.
multi-city tours,
Yeah.
or just
Yeah.
Yeah, we toured California. Like our first tour was just like a tour of California, like Southern California,
Mhm.
and then the second one we went to Salt Lake, and that was like further out. And then we played a bunch of one-off shows in Arizona, and then I booked a tour that was like up and down where we went to Portland, and then we've been. What else have we been? We haven't been too far out. We've never really branched outside the West Coast, but
Okay.
we've done a bunch of West Coast tours. Up
well,
and
you've
down
gone
the
to the
coast.
East Coast for that.
But I have been to
Once.
the East Coast. I went to New York after I was in Jersey.
Oh, nice.
So
So
I
how's
mean,
how's life on the road? Like,
Yeah, what's your guys' diet like?
what's my diet?
Man,
yeah, a lot
Is
of
it Taco Bell?
Yeah.
lots of Taco Bell.
Yeah. All bands eat Taco
you
Bell,
guys-
trust
It's
Do you
me.
guys go like
true.
on this like, hey
It's
guys, we're
so
gonna
fucking
try to eat
true.
healthy once we're out there, and then within
Oh,
an
yeah,
hour,
because you
you're
get
over.
out of the show
Well-
at like 11, 12,
Yeah, it's like
1.
guess we gotta go to Denny's. It's
Yeah.
like it's
Mhm.
never like we've never really been the type to like let's eat healthy on this tour.
Let's
guys.
go
Like,
vegan,
We've literally
dude.
never even.
We're getting
tried
old,
it.
so we
Like,
have to. Like,
We
we don't have
have
a
to.
choice. I'm gonna get diabetes.
Okay, I'm not
'cause all
that
I
old.
eat is sugar.
I'm still young. All right.
Oh yeah, I just think you're old.
Yeah. Will you guys do any pranks on the road?
pranks.
Oh man, not really.
No, man, you guys are pretty
not
respectful.
really. Yeah, we're pretty like, cause just mainly because tensions are so high. It's like and we've lost so many members. It's like we're just like if we
Playing
piss
with fire.
anybody off, they're gonna quit a couple months later. So
Yeah.
we better not mess with it.
Yeah.
You're original. You're original today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Original.
we formed a band together. We were like, I was like maybe 15,
Yeah.
14, 15. We were like
Really
playing
young.
at church together and like wrote a song. Like,
Oh,
we're
wow.
like maybe we could do this.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you guys met at the church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
That's
met at
nice.
church.
Nice.
Years ago. Yeah.
And your parents are very. I mean, I see they're very supportive
Yeah,
of your
yeah, of
music.
course,
There,
of course.
that's
Yeah.
great. That's really great.
Yeah, it is.
What do you want to ask him?
Oh, the writing process.
Look at my list. Look how weird it is.
Goodness.
Nice.
It's so weird.
Mine's barely legible. I have the terrible. Oh, my handwriting is
He
so
he
terrible.
always
Look at my handwriting.
he always asks me
Can
like,
you even
"Hey,
read that? Or does that look like a doctor wrote it?
Couple things.
There's
The other-
prescription. There's
It
a
just
prescription
says
for
Vicky in
Xanax
big
on there.
letters.
the prescription."
All I see is Vicky. That's not even
That's
my
the
name.
Nope,
one
not
thing
your
you wanna
name.
see.
So when you guys write music, do you guys where do you guys gather your inspiration from? Other art? Is there any other art forms? Like, do you guys watch a movie or look at a painting, or how does it? What's your writing process? I guess that's my
It's,
question.
it's interesting. It kind of changes a little bit each time we write.
Mm-hmm.
What seems to work the best, I guess, is gathering inspiration from like an outside source, like a life experience
Mhm.
or some mood you're in, and then just trying to sit down and assign it to a song. You know, that's kind of the one thing that the easiest way like I can put it. It happens so randomly, you know. Like,
Do you guys usually have the lyrics first or the instrumentals, or
Well,
does it vary?
I'm writing lyrics all the time. Like when I get like ideas for lyrics like in books or like in like movies, like or just like seeing like a weird interaction with like two people. I like think of like a cool phrase,
Okay.
and so I'm always writing lyrics. So I just have like a shit ton of lyrics finished, and then he'll just like. I'll just wait for him to just like message me in the middle of the night, just like, hey, what are you thinking about right now? And then I'll just be like, I'm thinking about like flowers and when they die. And he's like, all right, I got a riff for that. And then he sends me a demo. And then
Don't
we
text
put
me in the
shit
middle
together.
of the night. Don't get any ideas. Text me in the middle of the night, shit. 'Cause I'm sleeping.
yeah.
I deal enough with you on the fucking weekends.
I was just about to say that's so nice of you guys that you guys
Yeah,
communicate.
you gave him all kinds of ideas. He's gonna start texting me fucking music ideas in the middle of the night now.
Nice. Yeah,
Dude,
that's
I wrote
good.
this song.
Yeah, and it's
Matt,
depressing as usual.
It's really depressing, bro. It's 3 in the morning. I gotta go to work at 5. You're an
Yeah.
asshole.
That's pretty much how it is.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That was terrible.
How hard is it to get all four of you guys together, or do you just have a set jam time every week?
No, we practice the same amount of time, the same days every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
It's hard in Vegas. Like when we were trying to rotate band members, like everybody has different days off out here.
I went
Yeah.
through every musician out here in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, name
Between the
them all.
two of us, we did. That's for sure.
There was a lot, but
Yeah.
it's
that means
hard.
we're both assholes and we can't get along with
Maybe.
anybody.
Maybe.
Yeah. No, it's
don't know.
hard, man. It's super hard. Like it's a delicate process.
No,
Finding like,
definitely.
the
Good-
right
I mean,
fit.
because I feel like the main issue is just lack of maturity, lack of commitment.
Just commitment, yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
You know, there's no. It's you don't have a job, and you don't have time to put it into music. Like I'd figure you don't work 40 hours a week like we do. Do something with that time. You should be writing 90% of the songs, or having if I'm the singer, have riffs for me ready or something. You know
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that I could add words to.
Pot
But-
calling the kettle black over here. This
What?
nothing. I'm not gonna talk about you right now.
Ah, shut up. So when do you guys? So that song that you guys recorded with that record label, what's the record label called?
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy.
Entertainment.
Did you
Okay.
record with them, or did you just give them the rights to it?
No, the song was already recorded,
Yeah.
and then they picked it up, and we're like, we love this song.
Where'd you record it at?
We recorded it with our old producer John London. He's based in Southern California. He's doing.
That's
big
where everybody
things
goes
now,
from
but-
out here. Nobody records
Yeah.
out here anymore.
Because there's nowhere to fucking record. Like
Mhm.
literally after cause John he blew up, so now he's like super expensive,
Mhm.
has no availability, which I'm so fucking stoked for him. So John, if you're hearing this, I love you. Okay, so once he was
Shout out.
he was not an option anymore. Like we had to scramble to find somewhere to record out here because we're like we can't keep driving to California to record. Like that's just
Yeah.
not financially happenable.
We know other people that do it though too. Like
Yeah,
pretty much
it's-
all
it's
the
very
money they make
popular, but
from
we couldn't
song
do
revenue
that.
or anything goes right to recording
Yeah.
in LA. So
Yep.
As well it should be. If it's a business, you got to treat it like
Yeah.
a business.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
of
Definitely.
course.
So whatever you make from shows or merch. You
It's just the
should
people
go
in
back.
LA, they hustle. They're just like, oh, if you ever need like someone to record your music, here's my card. Like that doesn't happen ever in Vegas. Like
Yeah.
we literally had to like friggin' scour the ends of the earth to find a like place to record here in town.
Because we have a home studio upstairs, right? And we spend a good amount of money on decent equipment, some above decent. And we were offering like so many people just like, hey, dude, like we're trying to get our practice. Like he was taking classes online. He's
Just trying to get practice recording people
you know,
for
like,
free, and
for
nobody would come
free,
do it. I'm like,
and
I'll
the
spend
recordings weren't.
days. I'll spend my whole weekend just recording you for free and making it sound right.
Damn.
But
And
nobody
no
would
one
come
would
do it.
do it. It's I don't know.
It's a lack of dedication out here. Is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's hard
That's
to get
so
people
cringy.
out here to even do the podcast. Like, you guys,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't believe people even drive out here.
Yeah. The reason for that, we went off it in a very wrong way, very different way. We were trying to get our friends out here and trying to get people we knew on a personal level where we should have gone it in a professional way, as we should have, as we are, because we want to treat this like a business, so you want to deal with professionals,
Oh, speaking of, you guys are monetizing your music now through that, so you're obviously getting paid by that company for that song. When you have a new band member come in, how does that work? Do they have to sign something now, or
No, well, because our deal with Tommy Boy, we are like Almost Awake, like the members of Almost Awake are not signed to Tommy Boy Entertainment, but our name on the song, like our song with us as songwriters, is Tommy Boy's song, but we just performed it, so we get all the royalties for like songwriting and performance because we like wrote it and play it, like it's our song.
That's good.
But if somebody wants to use it for like a movie, like we can't make the decision on that. Like we have to give it to Tommy Boy and they can like approve it or whatever. So like
Okay.
we just like
what does it go into like a band account and nobody can touch it?
yeah,
individually?
essentially
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we have a bank account like solely for our LLC, and then like that's like the band money, and then
Yeah.
we have like whatever we get from our PayPal, from the merch, and then like TuneCore we get like $30 every 6 months from fucking streams, but whatever.
Do you get anything from Spotify or anything? Was it like 30 cents?
Yeah, it's
It's ridiculous, huh?
minimal.
Yeah, they said Taylor Swift like 8 billion views or something plays, and they gave her like $30,000.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
like it's dumb, but that's just where
Hmm.
we're at now.
Yeah.
So
That's the way. That's where it's heading.
Do you guys have realistic expectations of being professional musicians, or is this it for you? Like, this is where I'm going?
what do you mean?
Because realistically, 7% of musicians can actually make a living doing it, and I think the number's even lower than that. To be honest, I think when they say 7%, they're accounting like people that are doing like Vegas fucking casino gigs and cover band shit like that. So what are your realistic expectations? Like, do you have a set time where you're like, you know what, maybe if we don't make it by this point, I'll give it up? Because I always wonder with artists, like, because I'm 33 and like we still do this shit, so like I'm just wondering with artists, like, where their mind is at in the future. Like, would I do this forever and not make money off of it, or not make a living off of it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the artist's, I guess, heart is to be that way, to do it for free and to just do it because they love it. That's hard to keep alive, though. There's
It
so
is.
much
It's
that you go
horrible.
through that it just kills it off.
Well,
And-
you sacrifice relationships, money, I mean, like, I can go on vacations. I could have fucking motorcycles around here. Instead, we have a studio and all this,
Yeah.
Yep, guitars and
Yeah.
otherwise useless equipment,
Yeah.
and
We could live a comfy life, a 9-to-5 job, putting all that money away, saving it up for
Yeah.
your retirement, or buy yourself a fucking boat.
on a comfy little path.
All your weekends, you go to the movies, you eat shitty food, you listen to shitty music,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
mediocre movies, and follow the stupid little fucking trends everyone does.
Yeah.
But it's not
There's-
like that for artists.
Have you
Yeah.
guys ever even looked into how like the music industry is, as far as how hard it is to make it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like the stakes are obvious, and like of course, like with how everything's just like streams now, like people don't buy music. I think that it's actually like we were talking about this when I was talking about recording the EP that we're about to record. It's like attention spans are for sure shorter. That's what I meant to say. But
Yeah, they're like 3 minutes long.
exactly.
They're like everybody's
but
a goldfish
we can use that
now.
to our advantage. I feel like if you're willing to like learn the next like wave of things, like how to tackle it and like use the downfalls of like society to like it like to your advantage. Like if you can't like make money off of streams or whatever, then you make super cool fucking shirts that people want to buy. Then that's where you make your money from. It's like if you're smart, like because it is a business, like you can't just, it's not just the music, like it's
there's a
everything
bunch of
behind the
different-
music that like if you invest in it and make it good and make people want it, then you'll for sure make a living, whether you're
Yeah, there's a whole
billionaire
bunch.
or not, like whether you're famous or not. It's just where your like head is at, I feel.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different sides to it. At the end of the day, it's just being an entertainer. So, you know, if you take all matters into account with that, you could survive with it. you
Yeah.
know?
Now, was there something that if music wouldn't have been right, is there something else that you are truly passionate about, like something interesting you're truly passionate about, that you're very proud of, aside of music, like a secret hobby or an interesting hobby or a
I personally do a lot of painting and
really?
drawing and stuff like that.
Moy
yeah.
painted that.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Stop
what?
telling people that.
That's awesome. Tight.
No, yeah, I did.
Nice. Nah, I kind of like just all forms of art, I guess. I just kind of get into that. But
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, same.
So you dance a little bit.
Oh,
You
yeah.
paint.
I
Square
dance like
dance.
You
Drake
do some
every day,
slam
all over the house.
poetry. Yeah, there you go.
Everything.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's sweet. It's as what it should be. You know,
Yeah.
you need to find a way to express yourself. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I am so into, when I'm just like focusing on one thing, like one art form, like music, for example,
Uh-huh.
you do get burnout. That's
Yeah.
why, you know, usually people tell you like, oh, you need to walk off and go do something else, something
That's
completely
probably
different.
why we started doing this.
Yeah, this
Mm.
definitely has been fueling our creative minds in, as far as, you know, the music aspect. But like we kind of steer in that other way, you know, where there be painting or dancing or whatever, you know, you're still within that art realm, you know.
Yeah,
And that's
definitely.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
all, and as that's I feel like that's why we kind of started this podcast, to support one another, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're all creators.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
create.
I don't think anybody in Vegas is
Art.
doing anything for everybody out here either.
Have you guys heard of anything?
Mm.
Like
is there-
this?
have you heard of anything like this?
Podcast?
Yeah. That's
I mean,
like
if
showcasing
you, like, I
local
couldn't-
people.
I couldn't really name some off the top of my head.
I don't think
Yeah.
there's one out here. We've looked
think
and
so.
like they're all kind of like they just talk about Vegas in general, not like
There's a
the
lot of them that
people
just
out
talk
here.
about like the places you want to go visit, the
Yeah.
eat
There's
place to
definitely
eat.
not enough focus on the local talent. That's
Mhm.
something I think about a lot, because like we're in like one of the like entertainment capitals or whatever. It's like,
I
why is
know.
it so difficult for musicians to get a fucking breakout here if
It's
it's like everybody
crazy.
cares about music, but it's like
I mean,
all
even
about,
the
like,
acting scene is growing a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm.
Excuse me.
Jesus.
Wow. too honest.
It's because you're drinking out of a pot, you fucking weirdo. Who drinks out of a clay pot they made in the 4th grade? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why did you even bring that here?
I found it.
Jesus. Where? In your mom's shit? Like, you digging through boxes of your mom's shit?
it was
she had
all my
saved?
old stuff. It's like all my. That's where I got my painting, and it was everything that I did when I was younger.
All right, man.
It was everything I did that I was younger, and I was just like, oh,
Nice.
cool. My cup I used to drink out of.
Tight.
Amazing.
God, I completely lost what I was gonna talk about. No, jeez, man.
So, who's the weirdo in the band? Because obviously, I got one.
Oh.
I don't know.
You can say it.
I just,
You can
like,
say
it
it.
just,
Is it this
like,
guy?
I don't know.
It's probably
I
me.
don't
It's
know.
you on. You get all crazy. You're really quiet here,
It
but
is
you get all
not
crazy when
you.
you're out there.
not the weird one.
I have to be. I don't know. Maybe not.
I I don't know. I feel like everyone's weird, and I'm not just saying that to deflect like
Mhm.
attention. Like I really do think that like everyone's fucking.
Everyone's weird in their own ways, right? Because
Yeah,
this motherfucker
exactly.
right here, he's
Yeah,
weird too.
Especially artists.
He's
Artists
weird.
Are weirdos.
His shoe collection is retarded. His shoe collection is retarded. He's got his own little shelf upstairs of just of all his shoes, and they're just neatly tied. And the thing is, when he like when we go out, like when like, hey, we're gonna go out and promote our stuff, and we go out and watch shows. I have to wait like 20 minutes for this fucking idiot to pick out his shoes that match with his clothes. And he'll grab his shoes, and he'll start like putting them together. He's like, oh, nah.
He's watched me switch shoes like 18 times
Yeah.
before I fucking walk out the door.
That's tight.
Jesus.
Yeah, you're weird too.
Yeah,
But that's crazy though. So
if I wasn't straight, I'd be so gay.
that's fine, dude. We always get that though. A lot of people tell us, because we do everything together. Not everything together, but
Well,
that came off wrong.
Yeah.
We don't shower together, but
People see
like-
us fucking and they're like, "Man, are you guys gay?" And we have to
It's
tell
like,
them
no,
all the time.
we're not
We're
gay.
gay. We're just really close friends.
No, because we like
Sticking
hold
our
each
wieners
other's.
in each other.
We hold each other's doors. Like a while ago, he was like, "Dude, if we were gay, we'd be the best couple." I'm like, "Yeah, we would be," because we hold each other's doors when we go in this the places, and we pay for our foods, and like we take turns.
He's definitely my husband.
We were taking care of this Sphinx, my photographer,
Oh, that
done-
hairless cat.
yeah, that hairless
oh
cat.
my god.
and we took a photo with a Sphinx. And we were just holding it. We're like, "Dude, we definitely
We
look
look
like
so
husbands."
gay. We look so gay.
Oh man, what is the biggest challenge you guys have faced though? Besides
like in life or like.
Music.
in music or in life. If you want to get that deep into life, that's fine. We can get
I
into
definitely
that.
don't want to talk about my
Yeah.
life challenges. Musically, I guess it's just the most frustrating, and I think every artist can relate, is just getting people to want to hear your music. Because like for me, like I know people my age would like the music if they just like fucking listen to it, but they just won't because it's like they don't know it.
It's not on
so
the radio.
they're like, it's like
It's
not
not
something they already
mainstream.
know. So they're like, well, I mean, I guess it's like. But once they hear it, they're like, oh man, that's so tight. It's like I knew you would like it. All you have to do is fucking listen. So for me, that's like the most frustrating thing that I run to on a pretty consistent basis.
You guys have really great music.
Yeah, we've seen you live. I think twice, 3 times maybe. We've seen you open for Gold. Gold.
Yeah,
Blue.
you saw
I have a
us
few.
when
I have a
you
few.
saw us.
I have a few songs on my Spotify that I added.
Nice.
So like
Nice.
part of that 30 cents is some of mine. So
Nice.
Thank you.
contribution. So you're welcome, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.
No, yeah. It's been how long has it been since you guys played that show?
We played.
2
We
years
opened
ago?
for Gold Boot in 2016, and
Yeah,
then
it's 2
I think
years.
we opened for them again in 2017.
Yeah, I thought we
Early
saw him last
2017.
year.
Cause he was like, cause I was like, oh that like, cause you mesmerized me, right? I was like, what?
What was that?
Y'all shit haunted?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this place is-
seriously. This house was built in 1936. It is 1,000%.
Oh, it was the frame
Oh, yeah.
that I was supposed to take off, but I just
Oh,
left it
yeah.
on there balancing.
Oh, okay.
I knew eventually it was gonna fall
You stuck up. What'd you stick it on? The foam?
on the foam. I was like,
Pretty
it's
hard.
good here, and it was kind of like sliding off. I was like, it's gonna fall eventually. We set it all up, guys.
Nice.
Professional.
No, but like when I saw you, I was like, whoa, like your performance, like it was just like, bam, you guys were tight all together.
Thank you.
And I think that same night there was another band playing called Almost Normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that
So
was
I
when
was
we played
like,
in 2016.
who the fuck was it? Was like what's up with this Almost?
I think
Like
there was I thought we saw another band that started with Almost too. Was there another one in
Almost
Vegas?
a rapper, I think.
Yeah, he was a rapper.
Really?
There was
Yeah.
like
Wow.
3 Almost, and I was like, dude, which one is it? I don't even know which one is it.
Did you
So-
guys have trouble
Yeah.
finding a band name? Or would
It was a
be-
long,
They
It went
they,
around
they
for a
almost
while,
long
did.
process.
They almost had trouble finding.
Did you look at? Did somebody else already have
That
your
was
name
good.
first?
There was, I think there was like some like band in like a different country, like some
Yeah.
fucking country duo.
Yeah.
We're like, we're taking
Almost
your
Awake?
name, Snatch.
Fuck
Yeah.
it. Fuck you.
Swipe.
Yeah.
They were like,
We
they've
have-
been inactive
Yeah.
since like 2007. We're
Yeah.
like, all right, fuck you, we're taking your name.
Yep.
So they had Almost Awake. That's it.
Yeah, I
You
think
guys
there
just
was like
added the-
arty band.
You guys just added the LV, right?
That's
well,
just
that's
for
not
their
our name.
Instagram.
That's just like for our handle. Cause like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like if you go on YouTube and like search like Almost Awake, there's like short films like
Yeah,
called
there was all
Almost
kinds
Awake
of
or
random
whatever.
shit
so
on
it's
there.
like
There was a
it's
guy
not
almost
like an
sleeping
unheard of pair of words.
and Almost Awake.
sleeping.
Yeah.
Barely awake.
All these puns, man.
Yeah, we get these jokes like all the time. So just like
Sorry, I'll lay back on those.
No.
It's almost hard to do it though.
anytime I ask anybody if they're awake, shut
That
up.
was good.
Anytime I ask anyone
It's
if
on a
they're awake,
roll.
they're like, almost. I'm like, fuck you, we're not friends anymore. I hate
Do you guys ever get the, hey, are you guys like awake now? Or you guys
Yes.
almost?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially in
that's-
interviews, they're like, "Guess who's awake?" I'm like, "Dude, I hate you. I hope your fucking career fails." It's like, get out of my face.
But it's cool. It's cool that you guys like humor. You guys are like, shut
yeah, of
up. You guys
course.
are
It's like-
idiots.
Of course,
That's
it's like,
cool.
People do that with any band name.
Yeah.
they'll find a way. It's like if you have like a normal name, like
For
in
us-
elementary school or like.
Cause ours is porcelain, right?
Mhm.
And they're like, oh, like the toilet.
Yeah.
yeah.
See, exactly. Like no matter what your band name is, they're gonna find a way to just shit on it.
It took us a while to find band names that weren't taken. Like,
Yeah.
That's
Holy
definitely-
shit, that's
definitely
hard.
a struggle.
I didn't realize there's 5 million
Mhm.
bands, and everyone has.
You
they've-
didn't
They
think
just
of
they
that
just like
out of 7
immediately
billion
they
people?
immediately make a website and immediately make like an Instagram and immediately make a Facebook, and they have no fucking music, no followers, but they
Dude,
take the name.
So-
Exactly. They just take
Yep.
the name and then
Yeah.
they're like, "This is our name. We're never
Yeah.
gonna do anything
And
with it."
I feel like there's a reason for that, and the reason
So
for
they can
that
sell
is
it later.
because there's assholes and they're making first off they're assholes, and they want to make the money
Later
off
on,
that.
it's
So basically
something-
they'll be like, oh, you want to use this name? Oh, pay me $500.
Yeah.
And if you're a business that you're making the money, you're gonna pay it
Mhm.
because you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
want-
if you're
you
already
know.
big and you start getting established.
Like us, we're probably gonna have to fucking buy out that off track from
Mhm.
stupid fucking.
Uh-oh.
Where are they fucking located? Somewhere in the East Coast, right?
Florida.
Yeah, there's an off track podcast, and they have
They upload like once every 6 months.
the
or
last time they
something,
uploaded
so-
was in 2013 or
Yeah.
2016.
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
It was
Yeah.
a long time ago,
Yeah.
but it's retarded.
Mhm. What else did I have for them?
I need glasses.
Any personal questions? Funny questions?
I don't know. Let's talk about everything, guys. I mean, let's get into it. What's something you want to talk about? Because this guy always makes me bring up stupid fucking childhood stories.
I don't make you bring them up. You
I do.
volunteer them
do
out of
bring 'em up.
nowhere.
Because on the
I have
last
to roll with it.
podcast, I brought up the fact that growing up, I didn't have toys, so I had to find this different way of entertainment. And I used to go to the
You
library.
just killed animals in the woods.
No. I'm not that. Jeez. No.
He might have.
So what I would
When
do.
you hear what he did, it's worse.
So what I would do, right? There was two very vividly things that I remember. I used to fight ants, so we would create like almost like gladiator Hunger Games status, right? So we'd have like
Uh-huh.
the black ants and the red ants,
Yeah.
and like me and my cousin would be like, all right, you get the red ants and I get the black ants, and
Please
then
tell me
we
you guys never did shit.
and
like
then we
this.
had
I've
and then we had
never
him.
even heard of
Okay.
that.
And then we and then
Yeah.
we've
Thank
and then
you.
we've had him with like their families,
Neither is anybody else.
right? And then we'd like fight them. We'd like have 2-on-2, just like 1-on-1, just fight, and then the
Right.
winner would live on this like kingdom with their family. So we had that, yeah.
Nice.
It's fucking medieval.
That's tight.
But
I want
also-
to see that.
yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
it's fucking amazing, dude. It's interesting to watch it. They last like 2 seconds, but whatever.
Yeah, no, that's tight.
Um,
Okay,
and then
cool.
the second thing that I used to do, and this guy was, so, you know, the
Normal kids
libraries,
have
like the
Action figures.
you know, the public libraries, you know, like they have the comic book section, right? And I couldn't afford the action figures, those are the GI Joes or, you know, superhero ones. And what I would do with me and my cousin, we would go to the library, we'd get the comic books, we'd cut out the pictures of like the Hulk or Iron Man or whatever, and we'd get like cardboard and we'd tape it, and then we'd play with those. And
Aw.
and it was so
That's
fucked up,
pretty
but it was so
innovative.
fucked up of us because we would come back with like the Hulk fucking comic book this thick, and we take it back like this, with like
Oh.
pictures just missing.
Oh, that's
Oh,
pretty funny.
man.
So the next kid just opens up a comic book full of nothing.
Oh,
Dude, we were
that's so
we were
good. It's
bad.
Like, fuck
Dude.
the next kid.
Yeah,
We
fuck
were-
that kid.
we were
he
bad.
has action figures, so he doesn't need to cut the comics out.
no, so
He probably doesn't need to go to the library either.
so obviously because it's illegal to fucking fight dogs, right? For some reason.
Whoa,
Sounds
where are we
so
going
mad
here?
No, no, no,
about
no,
it.
no,
Yeah,
no,
Where
no.
are we going?
No, no, no.
Fucking
no I
Michael
never
Vick
fought.
over
I never
here.
fought dogs. I never fought dogs. But we would get I'd get my little brothers. So I'd get my brother, and then my cousin would get his cousin or like little kids.
Did you
And we would
fight
grab
little
them and we
kids?
would fight little kids.
You have a little kid fight club?
We'd make them act like dogs and like start fucking fighting.
First rule of Little
Dude,
Kid
that
Fight
is
Club
worse
is
than
don't talk
killing animals.
about Little Kid Fight Club.
No, but they would be so into it. It would be like bark, and they'd be like rah, rah, and they'd just start biting each other.
What
that
the
was-
fuck went down?
That was our
in your
form of
early life?
entertainment.
Like,
Dude,
I told you he's the weird one in the band. I fucking told you guys.
no, we did some crazy stuff, dude. We would do crazy shit. I mean, I didn't grow up in the city, right? I grew up in. I mean, you guys know where Mapa Valley's at? Yeah, so we grew up there. Or I grew up there.
That's where he lives. He drives all the way out
Yeah.
here
Mm-hmm.
wow.
to come do this.
That's
shit.
And there's nothing there. It's a big it's a valley in the middle of the desert.
Mm-hmm.
So all you could do is just, if you have quads, you ride quads. If you have horses, you ride horses. If you don't, you're fucked. You go
just
out into the
cut out
fucking river. If it
comic
Are you
rains,
guys from here? Like born and raised, or
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was born and raised in Vegas.
both of you?
Yeah,
That's
me too.
rare.
Yeah.
I am too, and that's super rare. Like,
Yeah.
I
Really?
very rarely meet locals like that were born here.
Really?
I know a lot of
Yeah.
people that are
Every time I meet somebody, they're from fucking somewhere else.
on there about. It's about to be. It's growing.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you guys think about like Vegas in the direction we're going at? Like
With the
Raiders
sports
coming
teams
and
coming
just-
in.
Well, I've always hated like living here because it's just like, especially because it's like I'm still not 21. Like I still can't like go
Yeah.
out and do shit. Like
No,
I
you
literally
can.
just gotta.
you can't tell people.
Yeah.
You can't
So
tell
I
people.
can get
I've
you an
always,
idea if
I've
you really
always
want one.
hated like I've always hated growing up here because it's like, and I'm not like super social anyway, so it's like it's not like I would like go to a club if I could, but like it's just like it's always felt like there's been no opportunity for people who like want to like have a life. It's like it's just for like people who want to like do crazy shit and then
Debauchery
leave, go
and
back
gamble all
home.
their money away.
Yeah, exactly.
Drink it all away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's never felt like a healthy environment, It's like it's like
It's a
super
transient
weird.
town.
Mhm. And
It's
it's
really meant
definitely
to
never
come in
gonna
and
get
make your money
better,
and
really.
leave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like because I share something very deep about my childhood. Like you guys should share something. So I feel less
Well,
less ashamed. Now I feel like a
I
total
mean,
weirdo.
You wanna take
I
that?
mean, a lot of my
I know
childhood
you guys
stories
can't
aren't
like
fun.
get that weird, but
My childhood stories are just sad, so
you don't want to do that.
it's alright. I
Yeah.
don't want to bum everybody
Yeah,
out.
obviously
I
so are
mean,
Moy's.
like-
They're sad in a different way. Like damn, like this little kid.
You were
For
fighting
just
little
10 cents,
kids. That's
for just 10 cents a day, you can give this kid an actual fucking toy and
Yeah, an
stop
action
him from
figure.
fucking up the comic books.
Yeah, he could have a Nintendo before they're 13 years old.
Jesus. Yeah, that was another thing, man. I never got him till like 20 years later.
Did you do
No,
weird
that's-
shit?
Did I do weird shit?
I mean, you are
Yes.
the weird one of the band. Vic just told me. She slipped
Yeah.
now and she was like, he's a fucking weirdo.
I did weird
Well,
shit.
I feel
yeah.
like you're the type that just like he just takes shit apart. Like he just like he literally
What?
just, like I walked into their house one time and there's
This
like
is
there'll
true.
just be like a screwdriver like stuck through a lemon just like sitting in the kitchen. I'm like, this is for sure Grady. Like he was here.
Yeah.
Are you what?
Yeah, I
He
don't
was
know.
making a battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
stuck
get
a
creative.
screwdriver through a lemon?
Yeah, I'll get creative sometimes. I'll stack things. I like to stack things up a lot too. Things
That's
that can't be stacked.
that's interesting, man. That's
This is
Yeah.
true.
You should have let
Yeah.
me know. I would have left you some blocks or something.
Yeah, yeah. See, they'd have to
Put a
be
Jenga
like,
in front of him.
there you
They
go.
have to be round blocks. So you
Yeah.
would try to stack like spheres
Oh,
like, on top of
so-
each other.
yeah, it has to be like that.
Oh.
Something
Random
unstackable.
objects. Yeah, absolutely unstackable.
Are you a bottle flipper too? Do you do the bottle flipping?
No.
No, okay,
Our
good.
drummer
Our
is that
drummer
guy.
Bryson, so fucking good at that.
He's a
it's
champ.
weird. It's
Yeah.
weird how good he
His
is.
Really?
Bap, like every time is
It's
perfect
hand
playing.
control.
Who's
drummer hand
who's the
control.
Yeah,
who would you
right.
say is the funny one in the band? Like the one that's just like,
Ugh.
God, you're killing me.
We're
I
all
like-
pretty funny, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes pretty even. I mean, there's only like 4 of us.
I mean, Grady
so.
makes me laugh just 'cause you're funny, and then like
You are
Bryson,
too.
like yeah, everybody's funny. Like
He,
like
he
we're all
makes you
just
laugh
funny
when
in
he sticks
different ways.
screwdrivers to
Yeah, like-
lemons.
Yeah.
Like you weirdo.
Yeah, no, that's my thing. I stab
I gotta.
lemons.
I feel like we
Stab
have
it.
to
You
go
guys
get a
stab
screwdriver
shit.
and a lemon and just like
You guys
have
would get
him do it.
along just fighting ants and stabbing them. And
That's
Yeah,
why he was. No,
lemons.
that's why he was when I was telling my
Killing
story. He
them
was
with the
like,
lemon
the weird ones
juice.
fight.
he
Yeah,
was
I
like
gonna
interesting.
say.
He
You
gave me
could
this.
use
I
it.
like interesting.
yeah, like
Like,
oh,
that
I've
must be
never
pretty
thought
cool.
of that, but now I'm going to.
Yeah, just whatever.
We'll go
Think
home and
outside the
fight
box.
some ants.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm gonna start a new sport like UFC, but just with ants.
Or with little
That
kids.
is so
You can
Or-
do it with little kids. You already got the lineup.
Yeah.
You got the roster at
Yeah.
your house.
Just get him lined up, you know.
Tight.
And
Oh,
in
man.
this
Jesus.
corner, at
Right.
25 pounds.
So, I want to talk back about the music, the writing process. So you guys told me about the writing process as far as lyrics, and instrumentals. Which comes first. But is it when you guys write a song? Is it do you find it more difficult to the writing process as far as like doing it through like a DAW or jamming it out? Like creating a song in
We don't use like all of this. Like we write all of our songs live.
live.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys
Mhm.
jam it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's.
essentially.
I feel like that's a very organic way. We started doing
We
it
used
like
to, but we don't anymore. Like as we're writing, we're recording at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. That's like something I found out. Like I didn't know, but that like writing like that is like going extinct. Like
Yeah.
that's like the old-fashioned way to
Yeah.
do it now. Like,
because I didn't get it at first, but I understood it because it takes.
You know
like-
why we did it though? Because we don't have the memory span to be able to remember what the fuck
Exactly.
we
we
just
just
played.
have like we just
Yeah.
like jam it out, and then we're like, okay, that's the final draft, and then we literally just like voice memo, go, and then like so we just have like a bunch of voice memos, like a full ass songs.
But what's
Yeah.
good about that is you build like that bond, and you build
Yeah.
that the
It's like an it's
where
like
it makes
an
you guys sound
organic-
solid. Like how I
Yeah.
said, you guys
Mhm.
are. It shows that
Yeah.
you guys have been playing for a while,
You get to learn a little bit about each of the members too. Like,
and
I
not just
learned
that, but you
something.
perfect your craft.
Yeah.
Whereas I like to, the studio artists are a little bit, in a way, they're a little lazier in perfecting their craft just because they don't remember it as often. You know what I mean? Unless you're
I
real
feel like-
professional.
To
Yeah.
me, the only reason like I'm just like kind of like hesitant to like do it that way is just that it's like harder to come up with like original content if you're like already hearing it in your ear, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like, but as you're doing it, you're like more bound to like come up with something that you wouldn't have thought of if you're just
Yeah.
listening to it.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
how
mean?
to-
Have you been
script.
singing since you were little, or?
Yeah,
Yeah, you just done
I
it.
since I was like I think 8 is when I like discovered I could sing. So
When did you start playing guitar?
About when I was about same age, like 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
it's crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah.
8 years old, man. I was fighting ants.
I
was fighting-
That's
I was
so
fighting
tight.
ants.
And destroying public
Just-
property at the
destroying-
library.
Just
Just fucking shit up.
nah, I was,
Nice.
dude. There's some things that I was a really bad kid, man. We would.
Yeah,
So
no
they were
shit.
building this. They had this community, right? They were building houses.
Uh-oh,
And me
here
and
we
my
go.
And me
Here's
and my,
another story.
And me and my cousin, dude, we went over there and just started graffitiing the shit out of everything, dude.
Would you draw like 1,000 dicks? I could see
Something
you
like
doing
that.
Yeah.
We had this little gang.
1,000
we,
ants.
We had this little gang called KOS. So we'd put KOS on everything.
What's that stand for?
I don't know.
No, what's
Cuss.
it stand for?
I don't know.
Come on. What's it
KOS.
stand for, boy?
KOS?
No.
I
Kings
don't
of
know.
something,
That's
right?
so
Oh, Kings
funny.
of something. There
Kings
you
of
go.
something.
KOS.
There you go. Kings of something. No, and then there was
That's so
the
tight.
OC crew. The OC crew.
Uh-huh.
No, the OC crew or the OC.
Did you dress like
Overton crew,
Vatos?
the
Were you
Overton
like a
crew.
gang? Like a,
No, I went through a phase
Did
where
you
like I would wear.
bandanas?
I went through a phase. I went through phases, man. I went through a phase where I would wear like Cortezes with like the the high fucking socks with the dicky fucking shorts that go up to your fucking ankle.
Did you guys
the
go
long-
through phases,
Oh
like a
my
punk phase or
God.
anything?
No,
No.
I am blessed and ever. I went through a wannabe scene kid phase. I
Wannabe
was
scene?
like, I was like
Oh,
this
okay.
big, fucking huge gut, and like and just like wearing super tight like band shirts and like wearing a lot of bracelets. Just like, oh yeah, I love Black Veil Brides. Never heard a single Black Veil Bride song in my life. It was just that everybody at my school liked it, so I was like, yeah, I'm into
Yeah,
that.
I went through that emo phase.
You still are in that emo phase. What are you
Yeah.
talking
No, just my music. My music is pretty emo,
I'm still in my emo phase. for
yeah,
sure.
that's
Yeah.
good,
Me
man.
too.
There's nothing wrong with
Me
that.
too. My
Yeah.
wannabe scene phase turned into my actual emo phase, and it's
Yeah.
just
There you
never
go.
ended since then. So.
This guy went
I'm
from
in my old man phase. I just sit out front and yell at kids that get in my dirt. I just got dirt out front and they get into it. They like walk
Seriously.
into them, get out of my dirt.
our studio like is right in the front, right, of the house, and we'll be there just working, and he'll hear something, and he'll go,
Nice.
I'm making
Did
sure
you
they're
hear
not
that?
in my dirt.
"Did you
Get
hear
out of my
that?"
dirt.
He opened the
God
fucking
damn
curtains.
it.
He's like, "Thought I heard a fucking kid in my yard." I'm like, "Dude, you're a fucking old man."
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I do
Amazing.
peer out the window an awful lot.
You do. No, man.
Nice.
But yeah. So that's interesting that you guys still write that in that old school method.
Yeah, yeah.
I rarely hear anyone doing it that way.
Yeah, we don't play with
Yeah.
tracks live either because
Really?
Yeah.
You have no backing
That's
track?
so
No.
interesting.
No vocal backing
no,
track.
and when we
Nothing.
played Warped, like when I got on stage, like I got asked like 4 times if we had tracks, and I was like, no, we don't
'Cause
have
everybody
tracks. Like
uses
we're
them.
just playing live, and the
Yeah,
sound guy
everybody.
was like,
Especially
"Thank
vocal.
fucking
It's rare
God."
not to use vocal tracks anymore. Like a lot of people use backing
Yeah,
vocal
dude,
tracks.
it's like it's crazy.
Or even like some sort of, some sort of
Yeah.
effects.
Yeah, and like
Mhm.
Yeah.
I understand it, and like I don't slam people that do that at all, because it's like if that's what makes you sound good live, then like
Yeah.
hell yeah, like
Makes
good
it
for you,
sound
like
better.
sound
Yeah.
your best. But like it's just like for us, like I just don't like feeling like I just feel like you lose the pocket. Like if you're just like playing to a
Yeah.
met, just like okay, here comes the guitar lead. Why? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's another thing that makes us weirdos. Like
Yeah, I feel like
Nothing is weirder than this guy. I swear to God.
I feel like we just I don't know, like we can't pull it off as well as the other guys can. Like it's like tracks are like powerhouse. Like they make your song sound like the way it's recorded.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I just don't think
live.
we have that type of music anymore.
Yeah. I like it more when it's just
But I
free,
will tell you something.
just off the
There's
top.
just something about the rawness of a band when you hear it, and when
Uh-huh.
it's just so raw. When you hear that voice crack, when you hear that
Or the guitar
that
squeal a
buzz,
little
the
bit.
squeal a little bit, or you hear
Yeah.
that that lack of instrument because you're rocking out, and
Mhm.
there's just something about it it becomes personal, it becomes like
That's how I feel.
Like your
people,
moment.
yeah, exactly, like wow, they're real people, like yeah,
Mhm.
instead of
Mhm.
these fucking robotic moves that you've orchestrated that it's so orchestrated that it becomes almost robotic,
Yeah, it's not personal.
and
at
it's just
all.
it's not.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
Yeah.
So what? So you obviously are inspired by Paramore, right? Or that's
Yeah,
one
who
one
are
of
your
your
inspirations?
Yeah, Paramore was like one of my first inspirations for sure. Like that's
She's
how
so hot.
That
I.
chick is so bad.
She's on my she's on
awesome.
she's
Can
on
you
my
guys not?
watch grab my phone
Jesus.
grab my phone real quick
Jesus.
grab my phone real
She-
quick.
Nobody wants to see that.
She's on there.
rectification.
She's
I-
on
Oh
there.
yeah, his
I-
screensaver is Paramore.
That's
Not
Nice.
Paramore,
Amazing.
Haley.
Well, whatever her name
Haley.
is. I don't know.
But
I'm
no,
too old
yeah,
for that
she
shit.
was for sure like one of my main influencers. I have like their first album art tattooed. That was like my first
Oh,
tattoo.
Safa?
But other than that, I listen to more like, I like some of my favorite bands are from Indian Lakes, Radiohead, Now, Daughter. I listen to a lot of. Did I already say The Neighborhood? I
Some
think I said
reggaeton.
The Neighborhood.
He listens to the neighborhood
I
too.
love The Neighborhood.
Yeah, he
I'm
likes
a
them too.
fucking
I
He
love
got
The
me into them.
Neighborhood.
I never even heard
There's
of
a
them.
song
my
that-
God.
There's a song that always gets me, and it's like a transition. It gets me from the very beginning all the way into the end. There's just like the vocal, the way the vocal just comes together. Compass,
I listened to that song today. I love it so much.
right?
All of their shit is so fucking good. I saw
Moi's a
them
girl. I
live
swear
in
Moi's a
fucking
girl.
Portland.
Oh my God!
It
Nah,
was
just
so
kidding.
good.
He wears women deodorant. I swear. You are a girl. You
No,
are.
Hey,
I'm
I wear-
convinced.
liking the neighborhood.
You wear women's
does not
deodorant.
make
I'll go
you a
get it. It's
woman.
upstairs. I saw it in there.
Bring it in.
It's
Bring it in.
women's.
Bring it in.
Two
Nice.
hands for this giant bottle of my baby hands.
You want me to tell you why I wear women's deodorant? Not that
I
it's
do
fucking,
want you to
not
tell
that
me
it's
why you wear
fucking out
women's-
there.
Yeah.
It works
Please
better.
tell
I
me.
sweat. My sweat is too strong for a man's deodorant,
Okay.
and I haven't found a man's deodorant that does not give me rash. That's actually the main reason. So
Why
every
didn't
like,
you start with that one?
Yeah, the rash. Yeah, you could have just not said you stink like shit. I mean,
I don't stink though. It's no like
'cause of your
no no no
deodorant.
no
Your
basically
female feminine deodorant.
no, but basically it just makes me itch. That's all it is. God,
He uses like women's shampoo too, like this super expensive.
It's not
argan
women's
oil.
shampoo,
No, that's
it's
women's shampoo.
Moroccan
I use
shampoo?
Suave, like
I know.
3
I
in
don't think
1.
there's anything wrong with taking care of your hair.
He
Yeah.
doesn't,
That doesn't
though.
make you a
Or your
woman.
nails.
He gets it cut every 9 months.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Right?
man.
Lemon Man? Fucking
Yeah, I'm with you. The Lemon Man's with you, bro. I'm with you.
yeah. See,
So
Got
Grady,
you.
what are your influences?
No.
Talking about your fucking pits.
Lemonhead.
Nah. Oh man. Polyphia.
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 I sleep
that's-
to them.
We went and saw them.
Yes. Dude, they're so
We played
fire.
with them and also saw them before. We're
Yeah,
like their biggest
we got to
fans.
open for them. When
That's
they
so
played
cool.
Yeah,
In Vegas, yeah, it was tight. Those guys they slam, bro. So
Yeah.
tight.
they're so fucking good.
Yeah,
They're so
they're
cool too. They're so
Yeah,
Insanely
nice.
good
super cool.
musicians.
And it's crazy that, like, they're just not. They're big, but they're
Mhm.
not where they need to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
no one fucking appreciates
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
other than fucking musicians. We went to
Yeah.
go see Animals
Animals
Leaders and Pliny and then the other
Yeah.
one,
Intervals.
Intervals.
Uh-huh.
And no one there was a normal person. Everyone there was like I've met outside, and they're like all of them were musicians or
Yeah,
had
that's what
anything
you
to do
were
with
saying
music.
earlier.
Yeah, they're missing out, really. I mean, it's a whole lifestyle.
It's because
but-
people are stupid. It's
miss
the same
out.
reason that even being like a musician with a vocalist is so hard.
It's 'cause-
everyone like already likes what they like.
You want to hear my opinion? I feel like we're the sophisticated,
Hmm.
modern.
Yeah.
We're the modern, the sophisticated people of this era.
I think
because
it-
because
I
because
think
we
musicians get bored with music too.
no
and
no
we
no
seek out shit
because
that's way
that
more
music
complicated than
is
what we.
because that music is very
agree with
relatable
that.
to
Yeah.
to symphonies, to like back in the day with Mozart and Bach and friends like that. It's very similar to that style of music,
Mm-hmm.
to where you go and listen to music, just instrumentals. No one was singing back then,
Yeah, yeah.
and no one has. Back then, like the people that had the sophistication and the understanding of that were the people that want to go see it. Whereas to now, the musicians are the only ones that go, or people that are sophisticated enough to comprehend it and absorb it in the way that it's delivered. We're the only ones that can really appreciate it.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
everyone
no,
is so
totally.
fucking, like you said, their span is so short where it needs to have a word repeated 20,000
Yeah.
times for it to kind of go, oh, I know the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they let you get crazy with the polyphia guitarring shit?
You know, I
Yeah,
got a
He
good
fucking
gig.
shreds. We
Yeah.
don't stifle any of
Shreds.
that. That's
Yeah.
what makes us good. Is him.
Yeah.
No, I got a good job. I
Amen,
just
amen. You
play.
gotta give yourself more props than that.
Nah.
Stop with them back.
Nah, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like to play guitar, so
Do you guys, when you play live, do you different? Like, you just go off? Or does
um,
it switch, or is it exactly like how you recorded it? Or how you play it? Or
there's some livelihood.
is there
to
any
it.
jamming live?
Yeah, there's some jamming, I would say, but in orchestrated areas where it makes sense, But there's like this free form element of like whatever the room is feeling like, whatever the people are feeling like whether it's more more
Mhm.
energetic, or like more chill, like it's like kind of vibes, I guess.
Because if people wanted to hear what's recorded, they would go listen to the recording.
Yeah.
It's like
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
what's cool about being able to play your songs live. Is like you can deliver it in a different way.
Yeah, totally.
Like I've never heard you play like a solo like the same exact way 2 nights in a row, and so it's like
Yeah.
makes it more interesting even for me. And I hear like I know the songs like the back of my hand. Even hearing you play like what you play like night to night, it like differs. It like makes it cool. So that's
tight.
and I don't
Yeah.
sing like the same exact notes every single
Yeah.
night. Like of course I sing the melody because that's like the part of the song, but I don't
Mhm.
like just sing like monotonous the whole time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's why you
Yeah.
go to a live show.
Yeah, it
So
makes it fun.
what would you say is one of your favorite song, like out of, because you guys don't have a full album, do you? No, it's just singles, right?
not a real, like
yeah.
not a real project. Like we have an album out, but it's just like it wasn't like a project. It was
Yeah.
just like recording the songs that we had written
Okay.
to get
we
it
needed
out
to
there,
finish
you
it.
know.
Yeah.
So some of them have like some of them got popular and some of them flopped, and we love all of our songs, but we
It's
we
all
are
about
recording
because
an
now
EP
anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody listens to
Because
Singles
full
like,
and
albums
because like
anymore.
you know, going
Yeah.
back on that, people have short fucking span.
Mhm.
It's everything is, and I get it now in this time and age. You know, you want people to kind of, you put it out there, and they're constantly kind of coming back, and like you know,
It's so easy for
just-
people to push shit out now too. I think it's almost oversaturated.
I agree.
Yeah.
with
It's
that.
too
Oh my
easy for
God,
anybody to
yes.
put out anything now.
Exactly.
Like, look at
Mhm.
us. We're putting this shit out.
Yeah.
hey, but we're doing a good thing. We're promoting great music and good people, and so we're not doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna play a song for us, huh?
Oh yes, we
Yeah,
are
you guys
going
are.
to do that.
Before you
Yeah.
guys do, we'd like to ask our guest. You guys could do separately, or you guys can kind of, you know, if you guys are on the same page. Any words of inspiration for young musicians that are, you know, that are wanting to get into the same field that you know, the music or whatever field they want to get into, I guess. Any words of inspiration to kind of keep them going, keep them moving forward, and not, you know.
Go ahead.
No,
You go
can't.
first. You go first.
Don't stick screws through lemons.
Yeah, stay away from lemons. You'll
There you
stack
go.
Them. You'll stack them all day. No, man, I don't know. That's crazy. It gets real hard sometimes. You really got to find your own thing that you like about it.
Mhm.
There's something that you almost feel embarrassed to talk about with people, or there's one thing that will stick out to you, and you're like, I really like that about this. You know.
Yeah.
Hang on to that. Don't let anybody take that from you. You know that.
And don't
that-
get caught up on shit, huh? Don't
Yeah.
get caught up on one song for fucking ever.
Yeah.
We do that a lot too.
Yeah.
We'll get
just,
stuck on a song and
just don't worry about it. Just let it go. Breathe easy and move forward. Everybody's just living their life, doing their own things anyway. You know, whenever we're performing and stuff, I always find it easier to just be like, hey, they're going to see a movie after this, or they're going to hang out with their friends, you know. It really doesn't matter what if I screw everything up or whatever, you know. It's just what I'm choosing to do tonight, you know.
And most of the time, you know, a lot of these people don't really notice when you mess up, unless they're musicians out there. Like, yeah, he fucking
Yeah.
bombed that.
Yeah, they'll see it.
No one really notices it, you know. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so cool. He dropped the guitar. That was part of the show.
I wanted to
Right.
ask real quick, you guys, you being so young, when you play bars and stuff, do you guys have to leave or?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
we play and then leave there, or if we're allowed to stay in there, we have to stay like with our merch. Like in Portland, we couldn't leave the table that we like were sitting at because there was like a bar there. Like, you can stay in here, but you have to stay right there. All right, I guess I'm just gonna
Yeah.
leave.
And you go, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, what about you, Vic?
Yeah.
Any words of inspiration?
I was also just gonna say the same thing. It's just like if you, and it doesn't even go for music. This is just for anything. If you find that there's something that you're passionate about, like you have to like hold on to it and not like, and just let it consume you, because otherwise you get caught up in other shit that you don't actually care about. And it's like everything's so fleeting anyway in this life. It's like might as well have the one thing that like that makes you feel good that you can do. And if you're an artist, and you know, keep creating. If you just like to watch, if you just like to play video games, and fucking play video games. It's
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
you know, you just have to do whatever it is that makes you feel like. That's just what I think.
All right. That's good. I was about to cry. I'm not gonna
Sorry.
lie.
You cry over everything.
Shut up.
though, so.
So yeah, we're gonna
Not
get into
new.
one of your songs.
Cool.
Awesome.
Do
Yeah.
you want me to introduce the song here or there?
You could introduce it over there. That's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Nice.
you guys can take your headphones with you. All
Go
right.
ahead and set them up, Moy.
All right. Here we have Almost Awake with one of their songs.
This song is called 248. It's going to be on our upcoming EP that we're going to going in to record this week. We hope you like it. And thank you guys for having us on your show tonight.
Thanks, guys.
See whether or not I've earned this title changes nothing about my blinded eye. I still see you like I see everyone else. Only difference is I didn't do this on purpose. So who the fuck let me in? Who the fuck let me go? Don't they know this ain't a game to me anymore? And with every ounce, and with every inch of back, with little grace to ever be forgiven. And if it's ruined now, if it's ruined again, please understand that it happens every now and then. See, somehow I've gotten small with age. Always being so much the wrong time, the wrong place, the right mind. You are not my pain. I wanna let you. I've been working too hard. So tell me who let me in, tell me who let me go. Don't they know this ain't a game to me anymore? And with every hour, and with every inch of back, with little grace to ever be forgiven. And if it's ruined now, if it's ruined again, please understand that it happens every now and then. God is trying to find me, but he doesn't know that I am too. Why do I only hear his voice when he's telling me what to do? God is trying to find me, but he doesn't know that I am too. Why do I only hear his voice when he's telling me what to do? And with every eye, and with every inch of back, with little grace to ever be forgiven. And if it's ruined now, if it's ruined again, please understand that it happens every now and then. Thank you.
We're doing this podcast forever if we get private concerts all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah we are. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
Almost Awake for you guys. Yeah, make sure to follow them at on Instagram at Almost Awake LV. They have their website on there as well, I believe.
Yeah.
And just support them, please. You know, get out there and go watch their shows. And this is we're gonna end it with one of the other songs called
Cloud
Cloud
Walker.
Walker.
All right, guys. Thank you for.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you guys for coming.